Hello all, and this is your instructor Cody Wyman with the Intro to Composition course. In this course, it's going to be a little different than the other composition courses that I have that I'm going to have up. This is more of the mental aspect behind composing. There is a little theory, little composition action mixed in, but there is more of the mental aspects of being a composer and what it takes and where you can shop your work around if you want to have the information and the tools to publish your own music and to write your own music. This is the course for you. You could also check out the Write Your First Piece of Music in 14 Steps if you want a quicker guide on how to do that. But this course goes into more of the meat and potatoes of how you write a piece of music, the theory behind it, plus the mental aspect and attitudes required to write a piece of music, because it is required that you'd have a good attitude. And even if you don't have such a good attitude, I'm going to show you how to transfer that attitude into your music and make it so that you profit from basically your feelings and how you are as a composer, because a lot of times how you feel as a composer basically goes into your music whether you want to or not, consciously or subconsciously. And so we'll be going into that. We're also going to be going into a lot of different stuff with the publishing platforms and how they are today. SMP Press, I'm going to be doing an updated video on that, as well as My Score from J.W. Pepper. That's a new paid program, paid platform that composers can take advantage of, which I'm going to be walking through a little bit later in the course with you. There's also going to be the beginnings of chords that enrich the soul. That's my whole bit about using harmony, complex harmony or simple harmony to create simple songs or complex songs. That's going to be a little bit further in the course. And we're also going to talk about the pros and cons of being a composer, because so many people that go into the composition business or the composition field, they think it's like any other job that's out there, which I'm here to tell you, sorry Charlie, but it's not. There are a lot of different things, and there's actually a questionnaire that I'm going to use in the course that will actually answer a lot of your questions in regard to being a composer in this business and actually having music performed and all that good stuff. So if you're in for a mixed bag of material, which is of course segmented into organized sections so it's not too disorganized, if you're into this course is for you. If you're looking for just the theory nuts and bolts, there are other courses that I am putting out that are going to go into more of that. But if you're into the whole gamut of being a composer, this course is for you. And also the music composition bootcamp, which is coming as well, is also for you. So with that in mind, I'd like to say hi to you all and make it as chill as I can, but also give you great information. And if you have any questions at any time at all throughout the course, please consult the Q&A as always. And here is the outro, like I said, the meat and potatoes of this course. Basically, we're on lecture 1, which is the introduction to what you'll learn in the course. I want to get right into the meat and potatoes of this course. The next lecture is going to talk about different notation programs that are used, like Finale, Sibelius, MuseScore, a free program, hint hint, if you guys don't know. I'll be going over that in the next lecture. Actually, in the third lecture, I go over free notation programs. So MuseScore will be put in there, as well as some other ones that I've come across in my composition career. Then section 2, how to market before your piece is done. I go into thinking about your audience, thinking about what kind of music you want to create, because that's very, very important. I tend to do a lot of different music about different genres, classical and otherwise, so that's a lecture for you to stay tuned with. I may add a second part into this by talking about thinking about what you want. That'll probably be lecture 4, and then lecture 5 will be think of your audience. What does your audience want? Lecture 5 or 6 goes into S&P Press. I'm going to do an updated video on that, although I have one already that I'm going to upload to this. There's going to be 2 S&P Press videos at one point in the course. One that I've already uploaded and another one that's going to be updated because they have updated their features since proposing this course and conceiving it. So lecture 6 or 7 is going to be J.W. Pepper My Score, which is a paid program that you have for composers who are serious about their composition game. And I go over tips and tricks of should you join them, should you not. I go over all that in that lecture. Lecture 8, why improvisation. We learn about how to write melody and why improvisation is important. Writing melody by singing. A lot of my ideas, I be sitting here on the couch and a melody pops in my head. I sing it and then I write it down. Lecture 10, using thirds, sixths, and octaves. That's a technical thing that I like to do in a lot of my compositions. I show you how I do it and how you can do it too. Using fourths and fifths, kind of a similar thing. And then I go into the realistic composer, which is actually a section of content that I've actually started writing in a book. I'm going to be going over that. And it's going to be into 3 parts. Part 1 is the introduction, and parts 2 and 3 are the meat and potatoes of being realistic in this economy as a composer and what you need to do and all this other stuff. And then the art and spirit of composition, that's a whole different book that I'm making into some lectures here. I may even make it into a separate course because that's huge. And lecture 16 starts off the chords enrich the soul, all about harmony, and I'd start talking about how harmony can help you create melody, in fact, and also introduction to composing, and we look at different aspects of the Romantic and the 20th century to help us get an idea of how to compose harmony and compose it well. And then there's going to be a section or 2 where I delve into my background as a composer. I'll give you meat and potatoes first about how you can do what I do, and then I'm going to give you a little bit about me towards the end. And it's going to be showing you some of the stuff that I've been writing and how I come up with it. And I want it to be a very, very interactive course. So this course is not going to be just you hear the skills, do it. I like those courses, but this course is going to be, here's a little bit of skill, here's what I do, here's how I did it. I want to show you more of what I do and how I do it, and sort of have this interactive thing going on in the Q&A and several other places. And I would hope that you would stick along for the ride. There will be assignments, there will be quizzes, but mostly it's going to be an interactive thing, and it's going to kind of be like the precursor to the music composition workshop, which will come up later. Any rate, that is the meat and potatoes so far of this course. Stay tuned as content is often updated. New content is often uploaded. So you might want to stick around if you buy the course. Stay tuned because you'll have lifetime access to all the courses, like Udemy actually already does that. But you will actually have updated content coming once a week or once every 2 weeks, depending on my schedule here. So, any rate, if you have any questions, like I said earlier in the video, consult the Q&A, and I'll see you in the Lecture 2, which talks about the notation programs.